It's become stylish now to say we're conserving energy and resources, and it's begun to affect what we drive, what we eat, and the houses in which we live. Tonight from Sonoma County, Wayne Friedman has the story of a builder who is taking the concept back in time and to an extreme.
By now, the neighbors have grown used to the sight of Miguel Elliott digging holes in his backyard again.
This dirt actually has about 70% sand, 30% clay.
While it's true that most people might not appreciate such earthly qualities, we are not connoisseurs of dirt. But Miguel has felt drawn to it for most of his life, and his parents have the pictures as proof.
He liked being outside and doing things with his hands.
Now the natural evolution. As we watched, Miguel mixed a little water into that dirt, and then he danced in it. Then he added some straw and danced some more. And before long, he'd molded gobs of the material historically known as cob.
This is the oldest building material on Earth, and the majority of people in the Earth and the world live in Earth homes.
And so his Back to the Earth movement in an era of prefab houses and drywall. Miguel uses cob to build small ovens. For a little more, he can add a large patio bench to surround those ovens, or a sculpture for a wall. This pet project behind the family home is a sauna crafted from that very same dirt in the backyard.
This could actually be a house. I often sleep in here. I often put a plywood and a mattress here. And
why would you want to sleep in here?
Well, it's like every man needs a dome. I mean, come on. Every man needs a cave.
I would say his imagination was always a thing about Mickey that was the most pronounced. He was actually conceived in a tent.
We can make this red, right?
Miguel learned earthen building while living in Central and South America. He came home to Sonoma County to try to make a business of it and seems to have found himself in the process. Now he gives weekend workshops.
It's the perfect work party medium because kids can do it, elderly can do it, disabled can do it, people with addictions can do it. So, you know,
some of them are addicted to cob.
Like, yeah.
Spoken like a man who has found a little bit of heaven by digging in the earth. His family is grateful. They still have a lot of it.
Do you worry about losing your backyard?
We have an acre of land.
From Petaluma, Wayne Friedman, ABC 7 News.
That's good to know. He's got plenty more to dig.
Lots more dirt.
All right.
We'll flip the pizza. I gotta go over you. Okay, here we go. This is a wheat-free. This is a rice flour. Put some dancing gum, some cornstarch, a little bit of vinegar, some herbs. So I'm gonna take this copper tube and I'm going to put it inside the oven so it'll be coiled inside, going around and around, and then come out right there. And then, so we'll be able to make a fire in here, and then once the oven is hot, we can then pump water through the copper tube, and it'll come out hot water, right? So we'll have the pump inside the tub. It'll just keep the water circulating through the oven. So we can put this pizza here on a little boat, little raft. Alright. And we could go ahead and help yourself. Yeah, right on.
So what are you doing here?
We got some pizza going in the oven here. And hey, we got coffee, we got the
Woo! Buckets! Oh, I can see right here. Hello.
I've brought my caboose here, and this is a mobile cob hut that's made out of sand and clay and straw, just using local earth right from the ground. And so pulling it behind my truck, so this is my Living Earth Structures truck, and so I've been telling people about the benefits of doing natural building, earth structures. on a little tour of different projects around Sonoma County and Marin where we have built different structures like this. So you can see different examples of natural building, Cob, Adobe structures in action. So these are very nice and comfy. And so the backs of the benches were all made with Adobe brick, and we actually used all the bricks that we used were made from Adobe bricks that we made right up there. And additionally, the chimney of the oven is here in the mouth, and then so here's where we do our pizza. It's a goddess oven that I did here in the backyard of Petaluma, and so the client wanted a kind of a nice, peaceful garden goddess. So this is what we did. This also is using earth right from here. I dug a hole right over here. I got the earth, and then took that earth and added some sand to it, and we had a tarp right here, and we mixed up the earth right here, and then took that earth and then sculpted this. We actually did this oven and bench in a front yard. They're neighborhood gatherings. They have 4th of July block parties and things like that. The base here was done actually with a wire fencing filled in with rubble, and then that was Cob, and then did a cantilever and built this mushroom out. This here is a meditation dome that I built this year, right after I got back from Africa. And this was made out of Adobe bricks. So we've made a few hundred bricks now, and just using earth right from the site here, just mix it with earth and sand, and so we're now gonna start using some of these bricks. They've been out drying in the sun for at least a week, some of them more than a week, and some of them are still wet, so we just turn them around to let the wet side dry out. So this is where we're at now with the foundation over here. So we have brick and water. And then you take this and you put it on, you kind of squish it in. And then I go ahead and smooth it, kind of connect it to the one next to it. Like this, it's going, so each row goes to the end of this. So it'll be going from here, so pretty much from here on it's really going to start curving in, right? And so then it's going to be about 9 feet tall. So it'll be 9 feet tall, 9 feet across. This is my little Adobe Cob sauna. So this is there's a 50-gallon barrel drum here. So you make a fire from the outside, and the barrel drum gets really hot, and then you put water on it and it steams up. So it gets incredibly hot in here. It works really well. I like to say every man needs a cave. We have a Cob hot tub and cold plunge. Water's pumped through the oven, inside the Cob, and also inside the hearth. And you can even look inside the fire, see the fire as you're taking a hot tub. And then you take the pizza out. We use this here. So we put the pizza on a little raft like this and kind of float it around. This is in the backyard of the Sea of Bamboo. It's a retreat spa. And so we have this oven. We call this the Pachamama oven. Pachamama is Mother Nature. And so we have an oven with a nice belly where you can cook your pizzas, right? And there's a copper tube inside. Like just about all my ovens have this feature. So you can put cold water inside the oven, and then it'll coil inside the oven, and it'll come out hot. So you can have instant hot water for tea. You can see we have a kind of a sun oven, and so here's our oven, and so we got some benches here, so we can enjoy the fire when sitting around, and a little wood storage area below. Put in some rocks here just to help keep water from wicking up. Made out of a bamboo frame with some wire mesh and some Cob over that. And so yeah, this is just a nice little play structure for the kids, and it can even be a place to sleep even. So now we are at a site of the Luma oven, right? So this is a an oven. I call it a luma, kind of a bird. This is the sound chamber dome here at the Crystal Chalice. So made with a bamboo frame, right? It's bamboo, and then wire mesh, and then burlap sacks dipped in a wet clay slip, and then cob put over that on the outside and inside. So the walls are about 4 inches thick or so. Dip it in the clay, like so, and then put this, just like this, start letting this set. If you come inside, so you can already experience some of the acoustical effects in here. The acoustics are good. There is definitely some nice sound. This is this sand and clay and straw that Jason's chopping up over here. Then we're going to put this on about 1 inch thick. I'll give you a little tour of this. So we have these trees here. So these trees are all, there's a post inside and the cob, the sand, clay, straw mix put around that. And then we have little niches here for candle holders, and so seating for, you know, at least about 25 or so people in here. So we have this oven here, right? So we got an oven here, so we can have dueling pizza cook-offs in here, and so you can see the kind of the roots of the trees are kind of coiling around the oven. So this color here was made from some local earth here in Torelli. There's a nice red clay. This is like a little step up area here, so we have access to the roof. Right? So you can go up, you can go all the way up to the roof. Here's another nice little seating area. Hey, you guys want to sit down here, Jacob? And you guys want to sit down? All right. So it's a nice little place to sit. It gets very hot here in the summertime, so it's very comfortable sitting in here.
This is a rocket mass heater. The idea is to heat mass and store it after the flames go out. And there's a rocket inside here that comes up in the inner chamber here, so it's actually pulling a hard draft, and then there's this thing set on top of it, so the rocket shoots up, and then this captures that heat and sends it back down through these tubes, series of tubes here, so it comes out here and goes into this 8-inch pipe here, comes here and does a U-turn, and there's a clean out there. And then it goes back here, another clean out and a U-turn, and then back, and then up. And then eventually this is our retaining wall, we'll fill this.